Again, you gotta remember, she took out what I have to assume to be this world's version of
现在这个就如
Superman.
同前。
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of 2B Hero X. We come back as we normally do with notes and a board, so let's go ahead and look at that board real quick. Where with the board changelog, I added Boa, Little and Big Johnny, Extro, and Glasses Guy. You know, we don't have a name yet. And I will note, because I know somebody out there is going to say this, their name is not Extro. I know. Their name is Smiley. I've been informed. The subtitles say Extro, just like they misnamed Aether Lab. I mean, I know it as Aether Lab now, like it's unavoidable. So the element is I'm going to continue with Extro, because that's what my subtitles are going to continue to say, I imagine. I mean, if they say Smiley in the future, it is what it is. But for consistency's sake, I'm going to continue with Extro. I connected Boa to Mickey with a white line. I connected the Johnnies together with a blue line. I don't know if they're actually going to be family or not, but pets are family too. Whatever. I connected Boa to Extro and Queen with a white line. I connected the Johnnies to Queen and Sion with a green line. I connected Zack to Rock with a white line. I added a placeholder for Dragon Boy, and I connected X to Queen with a white line. I guess explanation-wise, the tournaments are not actually life or death matches or whatever. As far as I know, they are just for hero rankings, right? Even though technically the trust value system does that, so I don't know what these are actually for. It's again the element that they don't have anything long-lasting after the fact, so I'm just keeping them as white lines for now, as an element of, hey, these two characters came into contact with one another, that sort of thing. Anyway, that is the board. Let's go ahead and hop on into notes. As I said during the reaction, taking the test faster doesn't actually get you anywhere faster. They still have to grade it. Those grades still need to be made visible to anyone that needs to see it. Applications still have to be processed for entry. I get what the show is going for, but they should have shown us her leaving to somewhere specific to imply that she has more than this to handle. Instead, it just feels like impatience, which is a character trait that would be odd to express if we aren't saying that she has it. I mean, I did not put this well. It's the element that I think in the future, next 2 years, next 4 years, etc., she doesn't seem to be an impatient person. So it's a weird trait to express now that doesn't go anywhere. Wait, taking a second to actually note something from the opening, I'm going to assume Glasses Guy is the X in Hero X, given he wears an X on his outfit. Is his power games? We see coins, cards, and chess, all centered around him in the opening. Oddly, the characters don't seem to appear in the order that they are in the show while in the opening. We got Nice, then Esol, then a dog detective, then Lucky Xian, someone in a super suit, Robo Samurai, and then the Johnnies. For the briefest of moments, I had to go back and pause multiple times. There's a guy with a punk guy rather with a third eye, then Queen, before the X character, and another game. Sorry, roulette. I think it was roulette off the top of my head. Apparently, I didn't write it down. I gotta think the person with their face covered is gonna be the spotlight boss. Maybe meaning everyone after that is a villain. Because we get Old Soul, someone with a short cape flying through the air, Anime Magneto, the two fire people that we heard accused of cheating. Uh, sorry, I'm now understanding that one of them cheated on the other one. So when I keep saying cheating, it has a different context now. Followed by Extra, and then Boa. I think the smartest thing about Queen's valedictorian speech is that she didn't allow the dean to label her. If she did become popular or well known after this, the trust value system might have dictated her power based on the belief that people had in her because of that label. Instead, she got rid of it in her opening lines and dictated her own persona while stating her beliefs and creating her own power base by inspiring the women that watched the broadcast. I believe this is the first reference to whatever the Fall of Dawn incident might be. That's year zero, which the only other info I have for that is that that was when the commission was formed, 2 years before ESOL started. The announcer says from year 8 until now, when referring to the fact that there haven't been any female heroes as X. Does that mean that there were in the first 8 years, or that there was one in the first 8 years that was the first X? I mean, we do hear later on that people talking about Boa, the second female X. So I guess the implication is, was the first X a woman, or did they hold it for 8 years? Or I guess we just gotta know more. But they don't seem to want to cover much about who used to be a former X. So Mighty Group and DOS had conflicts before 28 AC, but up to 34 AC, Shand was a member of Mighty Group before founding Treeman Corporation, which I guess then makes Firm Man one of their first heroes. So we saw the 16th Hero Affairs Commission Hero Ranking Tournament this episode, but no real date given to when it was. I guess somewhere between 34 AC and 36 AC, as we see the two Fire Hero scandal as a background element around the same time, and that was also shown in the Lucky Sion arc sometime after she had joined DOS, which was between those two dates. It also explains the presence of the Black Sludge during the events of the episode. Actually, we know the 18th tournament was in 34 AC now, and the 21st tournament is in 41 AC, as we found out in the first arc. Then I still got nothing, though, because if you take those dates as the time between tournaments, then the first one would have happened -5 years before the commission was formed, which can't be right. Speaking of the Black Sludge, funny that Queen didn't even try to rescue whoever was under all that sludge, instead slamming them into the ground. We saw from Sion's arc that there are still people under all that, people that could be saved. Maybe showing that Queen, despite her words, is actually just as problematic as any of the other heroes out there, like the ones fighting that caused Sion's plane crash to begin with, or implied to have been. What the hell is up with Mickey? Is he like another version of the Dean? They italicized his use of the word me and did a crazy pan on his face. The way Boa reacted, I suspected something nefarious, but the shitty normal type of nefarious, like everyday real world nefarious. Now I can't be certain he wasn't using a power on her or something. Then the implication of knowing her hidden sacrifices? I said Mickey was a bad guy from before, hiding the knowledge of Sion's backstory, but this is additive to that. Legit, I'm not sure if Big Johnny doesn't have the power to captivate. Like, Queen's inner thoughts might be literal, that she stopped having control over her body and was forced to engage with Big Johnny. Kind of like a Toxoplasma gondii, sorry. The parasite that breeds in cat intestines and sheds in their feces, and can create an attraction towards cats. It's effective on rodents. It causes them to become affectionate to the cat, which will of course then kill them. But it's supposedly also able to affect humans. What if Big Johnny's power is basically that? Force people to like him, thus allowing Little Johnny to do whatever. I don't know what FOMO is, but they mentioned it twice, back to back, as something that's allowed people to communicate more. Maybe it's what allows the trust value system to work? Something that literally connects everyone together? My problem is that it's something you can hold stock in, and multiple members of the corporate side of things that we have seen have been part of it. So it also makes me think that maybe they're another hero group that we haven't heard anything about yet, but I don't know. I just don't know. So did Rock get the wealth he had to do everything we saw him do from selling his shares in FOMO? Or is that just another thing that he's up to? I imagine Boa is talking to Enlighter when she's on the phone, our only investigative hero who has yet to turn villain at this point. And my final note, okay, so Mickey going to the top floor of the hero tower and finding it overgrown, not sure what to make of that other than its abandonment. More so, why is it overgrown? Are there trees on top of the tower or something? Wouldn't hero number 2 notice something? Also, there's cameras in these places, as we learned from the first arc. Someone should already know about all of this. Anyway, those are all my thoughts. That was the board. Nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
Uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
it's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
there's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Just throwing for a second. Had the volume turned up so high, I thought it was coming through the wrong speaker. Okay, she's really been destroyed by the defeat. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna have to take that in the notes. Too much, too quickly. Remember, she comes back to the meeting where Xian is and says that Xian gave her the... Yeah, this is before Xian goes out and to the orphanage. But she comes back to the office to talk, and she says that Xian helped her through her problem. Sorry, my guy, did you recording from the bathroom? Yeah, she's like absorbing fear. Yeah, the fact that it's like flowing into her. Wait, DOS has its own journalism? Sorry, I'm thrown because the element is we saw the outside of that building. The place he quit from. I don't remember it being... I thought it was like a not a reporting agency, a news agency rather. So the fact that it was a former reporter for DOS, that DOS has its own reporting division, does that mean that all of them do? You know what, I don't know why I'm like thrown by this. That makes sense. Everyone that has a hero needs their own media coverage of that hero. Their own spin, as you will. Which is, something I talked about first arc. Everything regarding what our boy Nice was going through. Makes total sense. It's also weird, I think this arc so far has mostly been within the confines of the previous arc. Because every other time we've been like either before it or well after it, with just the slightest amount of crossover of finding out about some other hero that will appear later. I mean, they've already mentioned Dragon Boy. But this one is like, I guess they've already automatically crossed over. Queen was in a news conference during Xian's thing, and then showed up in Xian's thing, so it's fine. Boa before becoming a hero. Only real difference is she dyed her hair, I guess, at some point. Okay. Former member of the commission. Taking a bullet, that's pretty heroic. I swear, this is like the first time we've actually seen the commission. Anything commission related. What connection? You know he quit. Alright, here we go. You're turning Dean on us.
你们既然想毁了我，那我也一定会把你彻底拽下神坛。
Cool title. I think also it's weird because this is clearly different from Spotlight. Spotlight uses technology. This is biological and fear.
我做了点拿手菜，就放在房门口。知道你很难接受失败，但还是希望你能
She's
尽
got
快
some
好起
money,
来。
you can tell.
我和大强都很想你的。对了，最近小青也不好受，外面的各种风言风语，你可千万别理会啊。小青这个时候最需要的。
You know, compare this friend group to the other friend groups that we've had through the other arcs. They're the most capable so far of, like, holding themselves together. Even though, you know, this doesn't seem to be saying that.
发生空难事件的那年，我还是一个意气风发的记者。当时是我从飞机残骸里发现了小青，
And I basically
之后
kidnapped
瞒
her.
天过海，把她送去了老朋友的福利院，希望能让她避开人们的各种猜疑和臆想。但没想到，事情
It's
还
still
是发展
kidnapping.
成了现在这个局面。这次运气
Did a real villainous thing.
你全当怪我，别给自己太大压力。我现在去趟 DOS， 可能还有一个办法能把所有问题解决。
等等，你说的办法是什么？
空难事件的所有信息都被联合会埋藏。
You can tell that was like a product
但我当时
placement.
通
That
过
looked like a
关系找不
Taco
到
Bell
那份
logo
机
to
舱里
me.
的录音。
那份东西现在在哪儿？
不可能！
And there we go. Like I said,
我
the
就问
meeting
你
she
一
shows
个
up
问
to.
题，你能解释清楚，凭什么你一出生就拥有幸运的能力吗？
还有一线希望。
I guess the thing is, I never asked
女王
how she knew anything about what was going
你
on.
怎么来了？气色不错。
So it answers a
我也担
question
心
I
你
just
担心得
didn't
要死。
think to ask.
抱歉，没能给你带来好运气。恰恰相反，是你的歌声给了我力量，带我走出了阴霾。
我的身边还有一个对我很重要的朋友，他教会了我弹琴，让我爱上了音乐，令我知道了，原来唱歌也可以是一件很幸福的事。
You know, I think it's funny because I think we're 3 for 4 on the people I really do like in the show. Nui Soul just, I don't like him. Also the fact, you know, he killed Moon. It's funny because that's like the last thing in my head. I just don't like Nui Soul. And then I remember, oh, that's right, he fucking kills Moon.
一定是希望和美好。
It also doesn't hurt that Lucky Sion's music is good. That really helps her side of things.
因为我从他的歌声里，第一次听到了自己内心从未有过的声音。谢谢你，小青。
It's funny that she inspired a generation of women, but one of the people she didn't inspire was Lucky Sion. I mean, Sion. Who then went on to inspire her. We're just calling it Queen's Comeback, okay. I mean, technically, this is only 3 years ago. Sort of a Superman thing. Just done with her power instead of the hand. I mean, that's just something about a lab researcher corrupted by blah 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 blah. I'm trying to figure out if we're talking about Aether Lab or not. I'm sorry, is there power to create missiles? Or are they just like fully loaded? Okay, so does her power emanate from the staff then? It always seemed centered around her, but now it's where she threw the thing. I'm gonna have so much shit to translate off the screen this episode. The phone thing before, and this obviously. He triple S ranked? Is that what was being shown to us?
刚处理完这边的事，你们等我做什么？
啊，过2天就要开始新一轮排位赛了，你还在执行任务啊？你还记不记得上一届排位赛的时候，想让小青给你赐福来着，却惨遭拒。
I guess they didn't keep recordings of it for her to study how she got defeated. Although the commentators and everything also didn't know how she got beaten. Apparently, he defeated everybody without knowing. Boa?
怎么还想用投机取巧的手段？
I'm surprised she didn't get morphed the same way that the Dean did. I mean, the red eyes certainly, but like the Dean got like horns and shit. I guess she just can't use her power to restrict her or something? Or is she too powerful now? You can't restrict her the same way you did before. I mean, again, this was called Queen's Comeback. Or was that a sub-arc that we're no longer in? Oh, fucking pinball. I mean, as villainous as Boa has become, you gotta admit she did put the effort in. Oh, now you do it. Not while you were getting like fucking suplexed into the ground. Now you do it. I mean, this is bad, but I also point out that there was unconscious people on the ground before this fight started, who are now probably dead. It's a very interesting power set. I'll say I'm enjoying this fight more than I did the Isol versus Isol one. I love the chorus backing to this fight too. It's fucking amazing. By the way, the fact that they're shipping containers means they're probably filled with shit, means this is a fucking expensive fight to the people of the city. You know, more so than just like structural damage to places. This is goods meant to be coming in to be sold, or going out to be sold. Again, you gotta remember, she took out what I have to assume to be this world's version of Superman. Because she's working on fear. We turn this into a 3-power system. Spotlight has tech. These villains have fear. Heroes have trust. Yeah, because you're actually not the holder of X right now. That's that weird guy with glasses. I don't know if... Because we're in the past, there's no guarantee that anyone survives their own story. Moon died at the end of... Kind of hoping one of the guys on the phone fucking gets over here. Or hell, even just Lucky Xian. Every swing of her axe, she does an X. She is obsessed. I mean, obviously. Point blank. Oh, fuck. Hope nobody was living out there. They have nailed the audio backing for these fights. I mean, her power set is rules, so... I mean, she wasn't gonna stop, so... Again, though, I think Lucky Xian could cure her of this. This feels like poisoning, mental poisoning. That's weird. She's clearing up because of that? I thought that would drive her even further down the path. Oh, I think Boa fucking died. Oh, she's not making the tournament. Well, even then, there we go. I didn't think she was going to win against him, but why I wanted you to show up. There's always next year. Like I said, this is the group of friends. This is the group of friends all the other guys needed.
喂，我恢复的差不多了，什么时候可以委派新任务？
老板想让你晚点来下他的办公室。
哦，找我有事
？To investigate X? Because, I mean, anything would be after Mickey went to the top floor.
没想到他找你，原来是安排你去度假，对你可真好。
I doubt
你也是
that.
真有事找我。这段时间休养的，人都快废了。我要尽快回归一线。
Almost seems like he's trying to get you out of the city for some reason.
我是来陪你度假的，不许给我徒增焦虑。哎，我能不能偷偷问你个问题？除了我和小强之外，女王前辈之前还有没有其他朋友？
没有，因为小时候的经历让我体会到，达成目标只能相信自己和依靠自己。
Yeah, lucky and found your way into the best group of friends. Unless I'm right about Johnny, and that's all trickery.
其实也没什么，我还得感谢你，还是托你的福，让我感受到了内心中的另一个声音。
啊？另一个声音，说来听听。
原来，
怎么回事？
Oh, or did he send them out there to get killed? I just don't trust Mickey, obviously. Is that Dragon Boy? Sorry, the element is that this is the second episode in a three-parter. I'm assuming it's a three-parter. I'm actually now remembering that the first arc was more than 3 episodes. I don't know. I don't trust the motivation. I don't think that Queen met with Mickey, and Mickey's like, we gotta do something about Lucky Xian. That seems like it'd be fucking crazy. I'm thinking it's more like she met with Mickey, and Mickey's like, I'm gonna send you out somewhere, have a good time, rest and recuperate. And whatever he found out by going to the first floor of the Hero's Tower is now in play. It's in effect. It's affecting him, whatever. He already seemed weird, bad, and on edge. So, if fear is starting to affect people, I gotta assume it's on him too. I think it's a trick. Either they're actually on a mission and Xian doesn't know, or Mickey's trying to get Queen killed. I don't know. Because there is the element that there seemed to be something between Mickey and Boa. So, maybe he's getting vengeance for Boa? I legitimately don't know. It's weird, because I was also going to make a comment about it, because, I couldn't shut the fuck up during the fight. That the first half of the episode, bunch of shit I'm going to have notes about. We jumped all over the place with that. And, the phone thing with all those things I'm going to have to take notes on text-wise, because obviously I didn't read it fast enough. I should also mention this is a 2 a.m. recording, so the brain isn't exactly firing off the same way it normally does. Which some of you out there are like, it does? Sometimes it does. Not so much right now. Good episode for it, though. This is certainly turn your brain off. I would say 2/3 of the episode was turn your brain off, enjoy some good music with some good fight scenes. Really showing that they can really pull off good fight scenes. I know the Isol fight was really good, and, it'd be weird for me to be shitting on Isol, given what's going on right here in the overlay, but that was like almost a mirror match fight. They didn't have the same power sets, but they had near enough the same power sets. So it was just like, how do you beat Mirror You in a fight? And, they did a whole manipulation thing. I get it. But, I don't know. Obviously, the first one was pretty good too. Pseudo Nice versus former boss, but that was just to give us the feel for fighting in the show and what it could be like. His second fight was way better. When he barely had any powers, and was it God Eye? Is that what Enlighter was calling himself at the time? God Eye? That one was a badass fight, but this one takes it to another level. Not gonna have much to say about it though, other than the observations that I already gave here. Destroying a bunch of shipping containers is gonna be a whole lot of money. And they shut off into the countryside. Maybe this is the effect of that. I don't know. Certainly, again, it's also the best group of friends in the goddamn show. No other group of friends was this way. I would say the Isol story arc maybe could have been like that had he not given up everything for revenge. And I don't know if Shand isn't himself bankrolling that sort of thing. Maybe that's why Moon got killed. I don't fucking know. We haven't come back to that yet. As far as I know, we have a ton more characters to get through before we get back to that. Unless some of those actually take place in the modern time and not backwards like we keep going. I mean, we're not going backwards, but I mean, a bunch of characters that happen before Lin Ling's story actually happens. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I have much more to say there. That was basically everything. Because the first half is just what's going on with Queen. When does Queen's story match up with Sion's story again? Then we surpassed that to her comeback, which I guess was just her getting more popular again before missing the tournament and, fighting Boa and all that. Either way, got one more episode of this. I will say right now, I still think I prefer Sion's arc to this one. This one, easily number 2. It could push its way into number 1. I don't know if I would do that, though. I say some of the best stuff in Sion's arc is the singing. And you do get the singing of Sion in this arc, too. So, I don't know. I didn't give it to Isol's arc. And they had Sion singing that arc, too. I don't know. I'll consider it more when I'm taking my notes again. Certainly when I'm more awake. I might seem awake right now, but obviously the stutter, my brain can't form words. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?